range for a while.
All right, everybody, how you guys all doing? We are going to record a quick show for everybody. I got David Ward in the house. David, say what's up.
What's up?
What's up? We got David Ward in the house with everybody. We will be trying to share David's charts. They're a little, they looks good right now. So here's what we're thinking right now, peeps. Here's what we're thinking, right? First of all, looking at altcoins. We're going to go over some of the altcoins really quick. Listen, as I have told everybody, my holds are Raven and Scroll. Those are my holds. And I like BNB, right? I like BNB. I called out the support zone at 29.2. We did hold the support zone right here, okay? Now, this is not the candle I want to see on BNB. This is not a perfected 9. I would have preferred this candle right here to be a perfected 9 and then a pull back up. This is, and I'm not really squishy about this right now. So I would be very careful tiptoeing any alts or anything like that, right? So the thing is, the key is right here is where we're at with Bitcoin, right? So here's kind of what I'm looking at. Is this a bigger head and shoulder pattern right here, starting down here, up, bang, up to the head right there, down here. So take a look at this trend line we got right here. This trend line is holding very well. Look at tap, tap, holding the line right here. So this is holding us up. This candle that we're seeing right here, this last 4-hour candle that just closed, very tight range. It closed in a very long-legged doji. Okay, now this is also bad because this can actually play out as a bearish damn it, what is it called? It's a bearish freaking candle combo right here. Now, this also is bear flagging up. So even if we get a little bit of bounce, I think it would play as a rising wedge, and or we simply bear flag up. I am looking for support in this 746 to 7600 range right here, okay? I am looking for support because look at this big channel. See this big channel? See this big channel? This channel's been doing good. This was a touch here. This was a touch here. This is a touch there. This is a touch there. This channel's been holding, so I would like to see if this channel holds. Now, if this channel can hold, and I think what we're going to see is volatility over the next couple days. We're going to see some volatility over the next couple days. Just be prepared for this because we're going to see a lot of volatility in the price action. And the volatility might not just be in Bitcoin, but the volatility will be in alts. So if we can move sideways and find some support right here to 74 to 7600, right, and or on this trend line and get a little bounce, you need to watch for alts popping. And the problem with alts popping is alts can pop and drop as fast as you can say mama pop's daily pop shop, right? I mean, these things can do danger playing alts. If you're going to be playing alts, I'm recommending only scalping alts with a very tight stop loss, okay? Super important. Scalping alts with a very tight stop loss, that's what you need to do. Right, and take a look at this right here. This is our support area. Now, we lose this, losing 74.60 makes a lower low. See, because here's where we were over here. We make a lower low at 74.60, and this verifies a bearish correction is not complete. We will go down and fill the gap in the 71.50 to the 7K range, right? It'll be just a pretty simple dump down here to fill this bearish gap. And if we do fill this bearish gap, it's just going to play out head, shoulder, head, shoulder, head could play out here, right? So I'm looking for come down, right? See what we're going to do right here. Come back up, come back down again. This could be a really ugly trading area because now to get back up, we're going to have to contend against this resistance, this support and resistance area before. Look at that. Rejected, 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 ran through, rejected, ran through again. Now we're down below. So this support area right here is going to work. It's going to turn into now resistance for us as we try, if we try to make our way back up, which I still think is at this point 50-50 to come all the way back up here and test this resistance. Now, do I think this is going to happen right here? No, I think we're going to kind of flag out sideways. But this flagging out sideways period can last for hours, if not a day, before we fall out. And my worry, my biggest concern is we hit the 74.60 or 7600 area and we get a bounce off this trend line right here, and it'll be bought up super quick. Let's just buzz through a lot of the charts. There's the gap right there. So you see where our gap is. The gap to be filled is right down there. This is our danger chart. We broke the 33.3. Listen, this thing can get soaked back up. It doesn't just have to be like some kind of, oh, it's over, you know, the bull run is over here, right? I mean, this thing can just bounce right here. You do have this post in that trend line update there, but we did break it. Now, really good, if this thing just continues out bearish and continues to break that, that'll be super ugly. But look, good news. You've got this support trend line here. You are pretty much on it. You're very, very, very close, to say the least, right? You're super close to that bearish trend line. You did break this first one. I'm sorry, this was going to be a support, a bullish trend line for you. But you're pretty close to it. I got this drawn on a couple different charts just to let you guys take a look at it. You did flip to a red 1 on your 3-day. You also did get, and I don't know why, where's my dang indicators on here? Where are they? Bingo, there we go. Then the Rocket. Rocket also called a bearish on this. So the Rocket Scalper also called a short call on this. So we're watching this out as this plays out. Rocket Scalper, always a beast. Thank you, Rocket, for inventing the most beautiful thing ever. Okay, so I had a short. I did take profits on some of my short here because I'm worried if we just get a super hardcore fallout, we'll get a super hardcore buy up, and then I'll miss out on all this profit, right? So I am worried about that. So I lowered the amount of my short right here, and I took a bunch of profit off the table, okay? Okay, super to be warned of. This is your 3-day chart right here. So take a look at this 3-day chart. Let me go through this real quick. I want to do this. And appearance, background, black. Okay, and vert lines, darker gray, apply to all. Okay, all right. So I want you to take a look at this. This is your OBV on the 3-day. I would like to thank Bear's shout out to Telios. Thank you so much, Telios, for showing this. Look at that beautiful cup right there, right? Look at that cup. Seriously, like, this is a beautiful bowl, beautiful cup. And listen, if this is going to play out as a cup and handle, you're going to retrace down here to the 618. Look at this is the 5-0 from the very tippy toppy to the very bottom of this. This played out exactly at the 5-0. This blue band has been your support and resistance for pretty much most of this last couple of runs, especially this bear run. Once this flipped into resistance, you just couldn't break over that. There's that 5-0. That 5-0 was banging, 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 and then you came down, retraced to full retracement. You've retraced all the way back to this. Now, this is the 5-0 going both ways. And if we are going to retrace here, you're going to retrace back to the 618, which is your 382. And if this got really ugly, you're going to support trace all the way back into the support zone, which would be horrific, which is the 236, right? To pull all the way back into that zone, man, I would be looking at 6,500 and or worse if it were to pull back. Now, if we just did a nice little cup and handle, came down with a little soft cup and handle, this would be nice. Let this OBV play out. It's going to take a lot of time for this baby to play out before it breaks through, right? But you are just facing simple resistance on the 50 there. Oops, let me pull this back. All right. Here's a little closer trend line look. Now, this is your daily. So this is the daily. There was the trend. There was this rising wedge, this very Bartish rising wedge that we fell out of. Now, you've got stacked support right here. You've got the 30 MA on the daily. You've got the 236 from this pretty much this entire move right here. So I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a bounce right here before we come down and test the trend line. The trend line would bring us right down in that zone I want to see, the 76 to 74 range, to hold this trend line. And I love playing these trend lines. They work very well. Now, losing that, you see where you fall down right here, right? This thing gets really ugly if you fall all the way down to the 50. You lose the 30. You got to be scared on the trend line that you could lose that and go all the way down to the 50. That would be a shit show right there for everybody. Here's your NVT chart. Listen, I had this right here. I had the hammer. We lost this. It said support or die, and it did die. So we did fall off here. Now, This is not a complete loss yet. We're still holding this 30 right here, but I wouldn't mind a little wick down, a little bounce up to see, you know, like I said, volatility, 4-hour TD9, bearish TD9. This is not the TD9. You want this to be down at the bottom. Same thing here. Now, this is kind of man, that's so close to being a beautiful, a perfect wick out on the bottom. I would have loved to see this to be a double tweezer bottom right here. Just a little lower. I would have called that a double tweezer bottom. You do have a bunch of bear crosses that are chasing us. You just had a bear cross on the 7 and the 50 right here on the 6-hour. Right here on the 12-hour, you are going to possibly get another bear cross, but this isn't going to happen for a full day. So you got a lot of time to put in ahead of you. This will come by the end of the day right here where you get this 12-hour bear cross. Then that's about it. I'm not looking for any more bear crosses other than this just to keep completing out right here. You did get the 7 and the 100 bear cross, but look at this. You got your support all the way down here. You got tons of support. There's support right there. Then you've got the support right here, 77.21. So then you're going to have support on your higher moving averages also. Now you are holding your lower Bollinger Band on the 12-hour. If this thing does let go, it will get ugly. The rest of the Bollinger Bands are pretty low, 72, 71, and the rest of them are like pretty much down to an abysmal level. I really am just watching the weekly here. I really like the weekly. And we don't want to really look down here in the support of the weekly. It's so ugly. It's painful. But we threw up that beautiful hanging man candle, and we are getting a nice pullback from it. I'd like to have this. I would like to have this play out just a little bit more here, okay? The Gauss charts, 77, 73.4. That's pretty much it. Everything is lower. There's your short call on the Rocket Scalper over here on Bitstamp. So there is your short call on the Rocket Scalper. Great call by the Rocket Scalper. You did put in a double top right here. This double top was a pretty good look, and eventually we did top out, right? Now, this is where this kind of gets ugly. I know this looks like it's really close, 41. Our trend line down here is at 36 for support, right? And right now where you're at, if you can hold this support right here, this is actually a super bullish band right here. Like this is a super bullish band to hold. If this can hold in here, this is a super bullish band if this can bounce out of here, right? But if it can't, we're looking for this next support area down a little bit lower, okay? So let's keep an eye. They're pretty far down. We have broken market structure, right? This is a break in market structure. It's exactly what it is. There's no other way to look at this, all right? So we have broken market structure. Now, a pullback all the way down to here would be nice because look, held. We've done a good job of holding all the way along there. Here's your, this is my bubble chart for the MACD. Okay, same thing. Look, this is a green band zone right here. If you don't hold this green zone right here, right? Look at this, like all this green, right there. See, look at that green band. That green band all the way along there has done a pretty good job. You've also had this trend line. You're breaking the, you're kind of breaking the market structure right here, right? And if this doesn't hold on here, you're going to look, your next support's going to be way down deep here. Good news is, if you can pull this, drag this baby all the way down here, this is bullish still. So all of this is bullish in here. Until you break this market structure, this is all bullish. There's nothing to super panic about here. We are on the monthly support, and you've got two monthly supports stacked below you, 74.75, and you're right landed on 77.31. So you're on a monthly support. It's not that bad. No reason to panic until you really break down past 71. All right, and NVT chart. So here's your, I'm sorry, this is your, it's your ADX chart. This is a bearish cross on the ADX, but don't worry. When you usually come down here, you get all this, like, it's a struggle. This doesn't just cross and crash. it does a struggle when they touch. Like they touch and it's like, hey, long time no see. How you doing? Let's hang out together. And then they get tired of each other. It's just like being married or in any kind of a relationship. Now, this has played out right here like super crazy. I want to show you guys this right here. I'm trying to make this short so we can give David a few minutes to chat about this, but I want to show you guys like this rubber band structure right here. See this? This is like insane long. This has been crazy. Like this just doesn't happen. Like this is all of this right here. That's a huge bull run. This is a big rubber band. See how the rubber band pulls apart and then it snaps back together and it's all a cluster mess, right? Pulls apart, always comes back together, pulls apart, comes back together. See how it does this? It's just like a rubber band. That's all it is, like a big rubber band. But this, wow, what a beaut. We should have technically gone bearish right there, right? Right in here. We should have had a pullback right there, right? We usually have a pullback. Once you spread out this far, 90% of the time you have a pullback right here. It just did not happen, okay? Did not happen. We took off from here and we mooned off. I've got all that information on another chart that you guys are more than happy to see. ADX weekly crossed over it. This is not good either, so this is very bearish. And then we're going to go to one of my breaking market structure here on the WMA, right? This needs to hold. Longs to shorts, the struggle is real. Listen, nobody's overbought, nobody's oversold. We're just right in the middle. It's like two ships passing each other in the sea. You've got the longs and the shorts crossing right here. And then this is the key chart, our weekly chart right here. Now, we've pulled back off this resistance line. We had this marked way back here. We pulled off this resistance line. Once again, nothing to panic about. This will turn into support right here. So this area is going to turn right back into support. But this is the key that we're looking for. I'm looking for this weekly to turn to a red 1 because I'm looking for this to turn into a red 1. This will start to give me my heavy buy signal, right? As soon as this baby flips to a red 1, we will be trailing this bitch until we find the super, super heavy buy zone. No help here, no help here. Chalk and money flow just shows money's coming out. Now, here's the good thing. Okay, let's talk about the good. I mean, I know we're all looking at this and people are like, big sad face, whatever. The good thing is money is moving to the side right now, right? Money is moving over to the side. If we can just hold in this area and move sideways for a little while, I feel we're going to get some good pop on some alts right here, right? And that's really what we want to do. Listen, you have my permission to play alts, but only play the good ones, the ones you know are going to move, right? And there's only so many good alts out there. You guys got to be very picky on the alts that you guys are playing. And I want you to just to make sure, you know, alts that are safe, Raven, BNB, Scroll right now for me personally is a hold over this next short time. I mean, there's some good holds for here, but you got to be careful. Even XRP is doing a really good job holding up. Matic is doing I don't like Matic. Don't play Matic right now. Even though this is a nice little TD9 right here, I don't like Matic. Nice little bounce on that. Zill's holding up okay. FET doing a good job holding the wedge right here. So FET held the wedge. Tron taking a beating. BTT taking a beating. I would stay out of both of those. ENJ, I can't believe I didn't get stomped out of this. I was playing this from suggestion from Trading Room app. BAT doing really nice. I am in this BAT trade, so I did pick this BAT trade up when it broke the wedge. BAT's holding very nicely right there. Atom, I like Atom. You got a perfected 9 with a bleeding 9, so I kind of like this. I would like to see this at least stay stable right here instead of pull all the way back for a wave 4 to run a wave 5. ADA, oh, look at that buy zone. If this thing takes off me in my laddered buys right here, I'm going to be super, super happy, right? Listen, everything you do, you're going to play as a scalp trade. Any trades at all are going to be scalp trades, right? BNB like this, still don't like this. I like this, but I don't like this. I like it because it's BNB. I don't like it because it's not a perfected 9. I would be just very cautious here playing this because this thing could just go something like that, right? You got to be careful here. You got a bunch of bear crosses chasing you down right now. Let's just be careful chasing that. LTC, just be real careful in LTC. I mean, I had this dumping out, and sure enough, it did. EOS has got to hold right here, right? This is my hold support or die 6.5. I've had this chart up. We did hit a perfected 9. That's a beaut. I would like to see at least something that would pull us back up here, right? Something that would give us a little bit of squiggle back up. I am concerned right now because BTC is flagging bearish. Over here, you still got this your bullish cross holding ICX up. KMD, man, not doing so good. Scroll, didn't even feel the fallback. BCH, listen, ABC broke market structure. It did pull down, so you did fall outside of that wedge. SV really didn't even notice it. SV is doing a good job holding itself and its head high. A lot of good stuff going on with SV. A lot of good announcements. A lot of good partnerships. I was hoping for a little bit more of a pullback. I still am holding a small bag just in case this thing goes to freaking $500, which is totally possible, right? Totally possible this thing could go to 500 bucks. It's been like my fairies and unicorns land, right? Ethereum, possible double bottom on Ethereum, landed on the 236. This would be good for Ethereum right here. If this can be a double bottom, this baby can hold, you're going to look for a pushback up on Ethereum. Ethereum did a great job. It actually held the market structure pretty well right here on that big dump, right? Neo took a beating and Raven held up pretty strong. Aside from that, the only thing I can really tell everybody is just be very careful because I think we're going to have a couple days of very volatile trading. All right, and we're going to turn it over to Dave. We're going to give Dave a couple minutes to brief us on what he's got over there. One more chart, market cap, altcoins, Bitcoin. This is good. I like this. We want to see, like I said, if we can get some sideways movement, I think we can get some nice alt pops. But you're going to play these alts with trailing stops on them. To my man, David Ward in the house. What do you got, David?
I'm first I want to make sure that I'm not pixelating here.
Nope, you look good.
Right. Okay. Because it lags. I can't see it on YouTube yet. But looking at I just thought this was interesting on Bitcoin US dollar up top. This is Bitfinex, by the way. Bitfinex shorts in the center. Bitfinex longs down here. I'm comparing to the pump in 2017, before we went to our all-time high. You'll note the white circles and the blue circles comparing to present day.
Oh,
and
nice.
we had our dip back here around the same price level. How do we know it's around the same price level? We see our magenta price line coming across here to where the current price is now. Same thing with the shorts. See how our shorts came down. Of course, we're here now, in my opinion, in 2017, similar to this situation, 2017, where our shorts came up. We're lulling shorts in while getting rid of our longs. Notice how our longs went down during this pause time here before it went up, how it kind of went sideways here. By the way, these are 2-day candles. Note how present day, how our longs are going down because of what's going on here, similar to right here back in 2017. Also note how our shorts are going up, kind of lulling in margin shorts, going sideways here, similar to what we're doing here. So here we're lulling in shorts, just like how we did back here. And we're getting rid or spooking our margin longs, like 2017, coming back down here. And you see my indicator here showing them coming down here as well. I just wanted to point that out. I didn't know what you may have thought of that. If you maybe wanted to add in anything to that before I got to Ethereum US dollar or Bitcoin US dollar.
No, you're good. That looks good. Yeah. I like that. Like I said, I like the luring them in, and I could see us dropping down to a level. Like I said, I see volatility here in the next couple days,
Definitely.
and that's I want to warn everybody. I see volatility in these next couple days. So if you get just got to be careful in those trades, everybody. Okay, just watch out because I think we're going to get some pumps on some alts, and I think the alt pumps, if we can stay sideways, if we can manage to stay sideways a little bit, I think some of these alt pumps are going to be crazy because people pulled all their capital off to the side. So just be careful. Okay, be careful. All right, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Oh, no, no. Feel free to come in at any time. Just for those, many of y'all who've already been here the last 4.5, 5 hours that we've been on here. Some of you've already heard this. Those of y'all who have not, the 2-week time frame. This is Ethereum US dollar. 2-week time frame here to the left. Just to remind you again, when this gray energy hits the 50% level, dump. Again, this is a 2-week time frame. When the gray energy hits the 50% level, dump. You can only say that when this red RSI is above the 50% level. If the red RSI is below the 50% level, you cannot say that. So I just want to emphasize that for any of y'all using God mode. Seeing how where the gray energy is currently and the red RSI is still rising, the blue LSMA is still rising, this gray energy getting nowhere near 20% level. And remember, this is the 2-week time frame. Each candle a period of 2 weeks for any new people out there. So I see the gray energy still has a while yet before getting to the 50% level. So I still see upward pressure for Ethereum and Litecoin, Ethereum US dollar and Litecoin US dollar. So with that in mind, there's still a good chance that Bitcoin still goes up. Now looking at Ethereum in the 2-day time frame, let me go and put it 2-day time frame over here and get rid of this.
So hold on a second. So give me 1 second, Dave. So what I want to show everybody is, so let's take a look at my Litecoin chart here, okay? So what Dave's saying, he's saying there's still like we're seeing a retracement, but I still see us in this larger wedge, like we're still in this monster wedge here, right? And this wedge can still hold the support for us, so we can just pull down into these buy areas, right? And we'll get one more push up, right? We're going to get one more push up. It's just there's a lot of volatility here, so you got to be careful and you just got to catch the bottoms really well. Now, with that being said, low leverage right now, right? Low leverage. That's all I got to say. Just low leverage for if you're going to start buying and accumulating, right? You're trying to, stack up some Litecoin for another stack. You might buy 5 of them and then 5 at this support and 5 at this support. And then once it starts to go up, you can start to load again heavier in your bags. But, what I like to do is I like to ladder down like 5, 10, 15. Right? So as I'm buying down my supports, you always want to buy your heaviest with your stop loss under it for that move up, right? And we kind of knew you just got to be very careful. So what he's not saying it's going to take off today. What he's saying is once we find our support and we flip our support, boom, you got to be ready. You got to be on it. But you got to be careful because we don't exactly know where support is right now.
Yeah, thanks for adding that. Certainly appreciate that. Just want to let everybody know that the main purpose of me showing these indicators, just to let everybody know we're not dumping yet. At least Ethereum US dollar and Litecoin US dollar, they're not dumping yet, in my opinion.
And what he means by dumping is that they haven't flipped.
There's a difference between a dip and a dump. A dump to me would be 30% or more.
This is
a dip, let's say about 15%.
Exactly. It's a correct. You're scaring people. I don't want people buying a bunch of Litecoin right here and it drops another $10.
No, sir. No, not right at the moment.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful buying right here. Just wait for the bottom.
Correct. And just wanted to point out something else here, like with Ethereum. You note how above this fib, let me go and get this off here for a second. Just above this fib, how this fib was support. Went up, skipped that fib, went to the next one. We've been playing alongside of that one. I'm anticipating it to go up again Here, skip this fib and go to the next one. Just like how it skipped this fib, went to here. Very similar to here, but these fib levels, these were extensions, fib extensions. So you don't see another fib in between on these. But I just want you to picture this back here, like we're in the middle of this second one, going sideways here, you might say, for a while before going up again. And I know this may sound crazy, but we could see 400. It's possible for Ethereum to see 400. We're definitely, in my opinion, at least going within this red, this resistance right here. It's been resistance back from the past. Now, again, this is my opinion, and I still like the fact that my Phoenix TSI long cycle has turned green. It's going up. And also, just to remind you from what I saw in the gray energy in the 2-week time frame, this gray energy currently in this 2-day time frame could still come down a little bit further. I'm anticipating, if you also look at the stochastic RSI, I'm anticipating it to find bottom and begin reversal either on the 2-day candle begins on the 6th of June or 8th of June. It's very possible for a reversal to occur then, definitely by the 10th. But more than likely, somewhere between the 6th and 8th of June looks like is where our reversal from downward pressure to upward pressure may begin. So you may still want to hold off, just like Vamp said, as far as getting in at the moment, because we're still going to at least go sideways or down a little bit more in our Ethereum US dollar, Litecoin US dollar, our good alts that I call it, not shit coins, pardon my English, especially if any kids are up out there. But that's all I really wanted to add or to emphasize there is as far as our good altcoins like Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, Cardano, I consider a good one as well. Still anticipate us to leg up once more after a brief stint of downward pressure that could last till the 6th or 8th of June. That's all I wanted to add.
Yeah. So listen, we've all got to just you guys got to be very careful here because this people are they get very excited, okay, on these dumps. But listen, you got to play these dumps as you got to look for the support levels on these dumps, and like I said, this you just got to be careful right now. That's all I'm suggesting to everybody. Okay, just very simple. Here we go. Let me pull this up. I'm going to get my charts back. Right, and there we go. Okay, so let me pull my chart back over here. So listen, for everybody that's playing out there, all I got to say is just be careful right now. Just be careful. Volatility is the key. Be prepared for any crazy ass move right now, right? Volatility is key. All right, that's what you got to remember. Listen, I pulled off a big chunk, and you just got to take your profits where you can get them, but you got to be really careful here because I think if we do dump lower one more time, it's going to get bought up real quick, and we're going to have some super volatile moves that are going to play out, right? The super volatile moves, right? It's just, this is not a healthy place to be right here. We're a little bit low. We're under this new support. This support and resistance area is now our resistance on the top side. So we got to break up over this. Otherwise, we're trapped under it. And being trapped under it just creates this larger head and shoulders here. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder, down. Fill the gap. Right? Anything staying under this, anything sub this support and resistance area is no bueno. Now, let me lift this up a little higher. Actually, it's okay right there. I'm going to stay right there. Okay. So if anything breaking out of this is great, super great, right? We need to invalidate this head and shoulders right here to make our moon run up, right? But watch alts. Alts might pop out here, so be ready to play those alts, okay? The key word, play the alts with stop losses tight and watch the volatility. I'm the Vamp. This is David Ward. I'm from Trading Associates. Dave's from the Phoenix Group. Thank you all so much. Say bye, Dave.
Yeah. Later, guys. Stay awesome.